Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disabilities Redefined. I am here with para-equestrian Alanna Flax-Clark. Hello, Alanna. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. Listen, we've been speaking for a very long time, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Let's get it out there. I'm a very big fan of yours. So I'm super excited you're here. Or
Well,
we're together, I should say.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to hear.
Um, First question. Now I'm going to just dash to the punchline here. You're equestrian, you ride horses.
Yes.
Now you have stated that you actually ride. Now, I want to get the quote. You ride with your voice, breath, and reins.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, first of all, quick, para-equestrian. Okay. What is that? Because I know you also do dressage as well. And then explain you ride with your voice, breath, and reins, because I love that quote.
Just a little bit about para-dressage. It's sometimes referred to as horse ballet.
Yes.
Um, it's basically where you're required to perform a sequence of predetermined movements with your horse. And so basically the sport should look effortless. And sometimes we also do something called a freestyle where we basically, choose some music and design a routine to music. So it's a little bit of a more fun
Right.
thing. So based on your disability, it depends on how you communicate with your horse, because in
Yes.
dressage, a lot of it is you use your legs to communicate with your horse, and I can't do that.
Mhm.
So my trainer and I have to figure out a different way for me to communicate with the horse. And so when we got the horse, we trained him a lot with using my voice, telling him what I want to do. Um, Breath movements. So if I hold my breath in, it signals him maybe to stop if I hold my breath in for a longer period of time, or just for short movement or short periods, he knows to slow down. Again, with my voice, if I tell him to walk, he'll know to walk. If I tell him to trot, he trots. If I click, he knows to speed up a little bit. So I tell him basically what I want him to do. And then using the reins, different movements with the reins, it also signals him what I want to do.
Excellent. Nice. But now listen, you have said, because you've had you are one of the foremost para-dressage riders in America, perhaps even the world. You constantly back and forth in the top 10. Well, let's go there, Alanna. Come on, all right. But you've actually said, I have far exceeded anything I have ever imagined I would have accomplished in relation to this career. Where do you think you're going to go now? I mean, there's so much you can do. There's still a lot you can do with para-dressage, and you do have a fan base. I read all the articles that you sometimes even repost them, as you know. So I mean, it's where do you think you're going to go?
The thing I like about this sport is that there's no end point.
Yes.
You're always constantly learning. So it's always a challenge. And you can have like 50 great days, and then you have a day where it's like, what just happened? So it's like, it's always a challenge, always something new to learn. And I mean, and that's even with the same horse. There's always something new to learn, and that's what makes it exciting. There is no end point.
Right.
And it makes it new and exciting every single day.
I love seeing you in the press. I love reading all the articles. How important do you think it is that you continue to share your story? Not just for the disabled population, but for athletes in general, because quite arguably, you're just an accomplished athlete, so.
Yeah. I think that sports are really important in general. And I think that sports in an active lifestyle should be accessible to everyone. Participation in sports at any level increases self-esteem, encourages independence, and enhances the quality of life. So that's pretty much why I try to speak out about it.
Mhm.
And I think having a passion in life is really important. You know, I see too many people that, now, you know, don't get me wrong. I think that, you know, like I said, when I acquired this disability in my 20s, you know, it was difficult. It really was. But trying to find a passion and a purpose is super important. And I think if you find something that you don't think is possible, don't ever let that stop you. Like there's always a way to make it work. And, you know, finding people that will support you and encourage you to, you know, like people think it's crazy that I get on a horse when I don't have, you know, use of my hands or my legs, you know, but there were people to help me figure out a way to make it work, and a way to make it work so it's safe and so that I can have fun and do it, you know. And that's really driven me to, you know, be able to move across country and have an independent life and go out in the community and speak to people and, you know, find a job and, you know, be a human being in the community, a functional human being in the community again. And I
Right.
think that's really the most important thing.
All right. That is, thank you so much for that message. That is very important. Okay. Before we move on to the final question, what's your horse? I do want to give the horse some recognition. What is the horse's name?
His name is Taco, and
Taco.
he's
Yeah,
super.
Taco. Taco. Okay. So now you have done some acting and modeling. I am aware of that, and you're a beautiful woman. Do you like Hollywood? Do you like glamour? Is that another side of you that you don't really share enough with us?
I enjoy it. I think, you know, that people with disabilities don't get enough representation
Mm-hmm.
in Hollywood. Again, that was something that I completely fell into randomly and accidentally. Um, and don't think I would have ever imagined myself getting into it. But once I did, you know, I think it it really improved my self-confidence. You know, it kind of, you know, once I was in front of the camera, it allowed me to kind of put on a persona.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, early on, I wasn't comfortable with myself, and so when I was in front of the camera, it allowed me to kind of pretend who I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
um, and that's the same thing when you're modeling. You can dress up and, you know, figure out, oh, who is this person going to be, and where is she going out to, and, you know, so it's kind of that fun experience. um, I'm not the type of person every day to get all dressed and glammed up, and I don't think that's what glamour has to be. I think glamour is, are you comfortable in your own skin, and how are you going to go out into the world and feel most comfortable, you know? Sometimes I'm most comfortable with no makeup and covered in dirt, and that's when you really shine, you know, and people see that that's when you're most confident in yourself.
Alanna, this has been a wonderful interview. It has been everything that I thought it would be, even more. You really are very special, and I love the messages that you had, especially about finding a passion. That
Thank
is
you.
such a very strong message. So, what can I say? Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.